Good morning. What a day. Bitcoin has broken $70,000. It's come down just a little bit. We have Argentina in talks with El Salvador on adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. Jack Mallers, the CEO of Strike, he is doubling down for a run on Bitcoin, potentially to $1 million per coin this cycle. We had this ex-takeaway worker, really interesting. They had $2 billion in Bitcoin. They have been sent to jail on Wednesday, and we have a Swiss university. They're set to launch a Bitcoin course, exorbitantly expensive, and we have 3 reasons to buy Bitcoin like there is tomorrow. This is the Bitcoin news with the fast facts. Let's get straight into it. Bitcoin news. Argentina's Security Commission met El Salvador's Digital Asset Commission to discuss experience with Bitcoin as legal tender. We want to strengthen ties with El Salvador and consider a collaboration agreement with them, said CNV President Roberto E. Silva. So they have met. Argentina met with El Salvador officials to discuss the adoption of Bitcoin and crypto. Absolutely massive. Game theory taken off. It is in play. Max Kaiser as well. He's super excited. Absolutely loves Bukele. Everything we can see over here in the West, over here in Australia, Bukele has done a fantastic job. He is hanging out with Safedina Moose, the author of the Bitcoin Standard, on our way in to see President Bukele to wish him good luck at the inaugural this weekend. With any luck, I'll be voting for him a third term, 2029. Man, isn't Max's shirt on point there today. El Salvador, they are winning. If you Google Bitcoin country, El Salvador is the first hit as well from Yale Insights. Now, $1 million per Bitcoin. Do we get that this cycle? Jack Mallers seems to think we could get anywhere from $250,000 to $1 million in this cycle. This cycle, we've got pretty much 4 years for this to play out. We'll see. He's really doubling down on it. The Strike CEO sees Bitcoin at 1 million this cycle. We're still so early in the story. So Jack Mallers, for all of those that don't know, he's got an incredible YouTube channel. Jack Mallers is Mailbag Mondays, absolutely fantastic show to watch, to be able to tune into. Jack, Dylan, and then his dad there, Mr. Mallers. It's a good rip each week. Anyway, the CEO of Strike, a Bitcoin payment app, has made bold predictions about the price of the orange coin. Orange coin is good. Bitcoin could hit $1 million this bull cycle, he predicts. So he is on with pomp. We're still so early in the Bitcoin story. He said, I think Bitcoin will hit 250K to 1 million this cycle. He's got a couple of reasons why as well. It's not just hot air that he is blowing. He is backing it up with his beliefs and what he can see coming. He pointed out the bond market is facing challenges, potentially leading central banks to inject significant liquidity into the financial system to stabilize it. Mallers stated that this influx of liquidity would push up asset price, including Bitcoin, obviously increasing adoption by Wall Street. They cannot just get enough of this orange coin. It's absolutely amazing how relentless Wall Street has been. They own 1/21th of the Bitcoin supply now. He reiterated Bitcoin's role as a hedge against inflation, positioned as a superior alternative to gold, citing its fixed supply, absolutely massive, and independence from government influence. 100%. Be your own bank, run your own node. Mallers also underscored Bitcoin's scarcity and its potential as a universally accepted currency as reason for his optimism. He explained that Bitcoin is the most rigid form of money. Additionally, he just keeps backing himself up. Stressed the significance of Lightning Network Layer 2 solution built atop the Bitcoin blockchain, facilitating nearly instant cost-effective transactions. Last 2 points. He acknowledged that some view Bitcoin as a speculative bubble. However, he countered this perception by advocating for it as the optimal safeguard against an impending financial crisis. Side note on that, Bitcoin 69,558. It is a green buy button today. Buy, stack, and chill. In regards to Mallers Layer 2 Lightning, it works. It is good, and you should definitely try it out. Super easy. Aqua Wallets, a nice fun one there by the creator, Samson Mao from Jan 3. $290 million worth Bitcoin has been taken off Binance in the last few hours. This was from about 4 hours ago. Somebody is buying. We did see Bitcoin wick up to over $70,000 we are sitting at. Let's just refresh that and see how accurate this is. 69,520 in the last 24 hours. 70,600 is the high, 68,000 as the low. The volatility, it's coming down. It's winding up. The volatility is coming down as Bitcoin is winding up. Look at that, just sideways chop. We came up and we've been going sideways as well. Same thing here. We came up, we went sideways, came up, went sideways, came up, went sideways, came down, went up, went sideways. It's just rinse and repeat. All you need to do is buy, stack, and chill. Look, for the last 3 months, we have been in sideways territory. It is looking to do something, can do something quick. Up, down, or sideways. Either way, it will be a good day to buy. This is the best. This is the best part about Bitcoin. It's just TikTok, next block. 845,418 blocks have been mined. We are at 69,555 for every $1. This is the best. This is what you should get excited about. Stack sats, saving Bitcoin. Sats per USD, 1,437. Down a little bit from yesterday, so I hope you smashed the buy button yesterday. Being the red day that we did have, we do have a nice green day today. Either way, it's a good deal. And just really quickly, shout out to everyone that is watching live, watching the replay. Appreciate every one of you. On Friday, we've got Giovanni. He just dives into the power law so hard, brought the power law into the Bitcoin space. Really incredible. Make sure you hit subscribe for that and turn on notification bell. We'll be going live at the same time, 6:30. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can see here, 639, Tesla's number of the universe. We will be talking power law. Should be absolutely fascinating. We'll see you there. But anyway, let's carry on with the news, with the fast facts. Really quick shout out today, sponsor the Bitcoin Way. We got Tony. What's today? Tuesday. Tomorrow afternoon, I am sitting down and recording a podcast with Tony as well. Epic guy. Really incredible, really humble, and a freedom fighter in no uncertain terms. 25 years cybersecurity experience. Safety and Moose. We brought him up before. He's hanging out with Max Kaiser here. This guy, the author of the Bitcoin Standard, the Bitcoin Way is a service I've always wanted. He also endorsed them. If you need help setting up a node, running an air gap wallet, like actually running an air gap wallet, you shouldn't need help getting your Bitcoin onto Steel, but bloody hell, if you need help doing that, if you haven't done that already, definitely reach out. The first 30 minutes is free. Super easy. Whatever you need to stack your stack securely, and there's no ongoing fee, the Bitcoin Way. First link in the description, they can help you run a node. All the good stuff, multi-sig, inheritance planning. Anyway, Orange Pill app, I've brought them up before. I actually need to do a giveaway. Sorry, it's been a hectic 3 weeks. So we will give away a 1 year subscription to the Orange Pill app. But if anyone's in SoCal who accepts Bitcoin, Brian, the author of Parallel and Bitcoin Evangelism, good friend of mine, is looking for a massage therapist. He has 750,000 Satoshis in business for the first massage therapist who I find an OPA that is within 20 miles of Riverside. Hit me up on the app. And if you haven't already read it, it has not come up. But that book, Parallel, it's absolutely amazing. It's the why of Bitcoin and the how to bring in the parallel economy. Or if you're a massage therapist, reach out to Brian on the OPA. Public service, just working with Bitcoiners is so good. I was really struggling with this website last night. Called up a subscriber and asked, hey mate, are you happy to help? We'd already been talking a little bit, and helped me do something within about 40 minutes that took me 6.5 hours of running around in circles. Absolutely incredible. Went to pay him Satoshis and said, no, just pay it forward. Like, that's the type of people within Bitcoin. So we will be paying that forward and hopefully working a paid gig, mate. Truly appreciate it. Anyway, with Bitcoin, when we first get into it, at least for me, I didn't get it straight away. Giovanni reckons he gets it straight away, the power law guy. But Peter McCormack, how many of us truly got Bitcoin the first time we heard about it? I think most of us had our objections, and it took a couple of good touch points. Now, this is Trump back in 2021 being asked. I'm going to bring up RFK today as well. People don't like my Trump bias. I think he's just the most likely candidate to leave us alone the most. That's basically what I'm after.
One last question. You don't like Bitcoin? You wouldn't invest in Bitcoin? Do you invest in the stock market at this moment?
So not at this moment. I think it's high. So I have not invested in the stock market at this moment. I have in the past, but I have not at this moment. I think it's high. Okay. Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam. I was surprised. With us, it was at 6,000 and much lower. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. Essentially, it's a currency competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world. That's what I've always said.
One last question.
And anyone that's running for president, they should prioritize their national currency first. Like, that makes sense for the general population. Everyone's not on a Bitcoin standard yet, but just funny. In 3 short years, June 7th, 2021, how things can change. You can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. The Motley Fool, it's red. I won't say what I was going to say. Anyway, they've put out an article, 3 reasons to buy Bitcoin like there's no tomorrow. I thought the points in there was really good. We need to obviously dive into the takeaway worker, $2 billion or £2 billion jailed for 6 years. Couple of things we'll dive into, Giovanni. Couple more things, but 3 reasons, if you're not already convinced. The halving effect. April 19, Bitcoin underwent its 4th halving. This occurs roughly every 4 years. This taking us back to the basics just for a moment. There's 3. Halving. They form the foundation of Bitcoin's robust monetary policy, which prioritizes scarcity value preservation by reducing its inflation by half. Now, with the forced halving now passed, Bitcoin's inflation rate now stands at just 0.85%. That makes it less inflationary than what many believe to be the superior store of value, an inflation hedge, gold. Bitcoin's winning in that area. Number 2, the greatest institutional interest and the cleanest or clearest role in the financial landscape. For most of Bitcoin's existence, its rise to the top was driven by retail investors, but now things are about to change. I don't know. Bitcoin's just going to be Bitcoin, but with the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, institutional investors, they're all getting excited with vast reserves of capital are able to easily invest in Bitcoin. They wrote cryptocurrency. Now that Wall Street's biggest names have arrived, it will likely place exceptionally more pressure on Bitcoin's finite supply, the likes of which it probably hasn't seen since its earliest days. And 3, it isn't a class of its own. It's funny. I'm bringing this up and we're going to get into the reason why it's in a class of its own. If you're new to Bitcoin, welcome. Well done on being here. Please, just read as many books as you possibly can, as quick as you can. What's happening here in Australia, that with the birds and stuff, it looks like it's going to be 2020 all over again, and go from here, spread the whole world. I wouldn't be surprised if we get shut down. Bitcoin is permissionless money. It's not private. We're going to dive into that as well. It is the best inflation hedge. What we saw with the money printing back in 2020 and the last couple of years, it hasn't really stopped. Maybe this is just an excuse to be able to start it up again. Maybe it's not, but if it is, you can still buy it now, even though they are trying to cut down the on-ramps in Australia. Make the most of that opportunity while it is here. Be a sovereign individual. Anyway, it's in a class of its own. In a similar vein, Bitcoin has generated significant institutional interest and has such a clear designation in the financial landscape due to its core characteristics, which make it unique compared to virtually every other cryptocurrency. When you invest in Bitcoin, you're investing in the most decentralized, secure, and proven cryptocurrency on the market. There is no single group overseeing its operation. We don't even know who created it. All we know is that its creator went by the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto and has since disappeared. Left the greatest pile of money the world has ever seen for the world to see as a line in the sand. It's he's planted his flag, the flag of freedom. And now we all have Bitcoin. It's a gift, it's an honor. Red, green, up, down, sideways, these $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days. Please make the most of them. 69,547. You don't need to buy a whole coin. Buy $1. You get like 1,445 Satoshis today. That's a pretty good deal. And it's only, those Satoshis per USD, they're only going to go down over time. Bitcoin, while it is permissionless money, it's not private money, not on the base chain. Obviously, it's not linked to your identity. It's just a string of characters, but everything is there on chain, and this person found out the hard way. So, you know, here if you sell Bitcoin, you need to pay the tax. The government's literally incentivizing you to save your Bitcoin, not to spend, to hold it. But if you get it illegally, you spend it illegally, well, they are going to track you down anyway. They are jailed for 6 years. Nobody should spend any time. Maybe not nobody should spend any time in prison, but, you know, locking people up just nonstop is insane. You know, treating people like cattle, like animals. Exactly like cattle, what's happening in New South Wales. So a former takeaway worker found with Bitcoin wallets worth more than $2 billion, with a B, has been jailed for over 6 years following a 5-year cryptocurrency investigation. Jailed for 6 years, and they're working on it for 5 years. It's amazing how many people put their life into it. Say 5 people, 6 years, that's 30 years worth of time. 6 people, 5 years. Yeah, that works out. And now they're jailed for like 1/5 of that. Anyway, Jian Wen, 42, was living in a flat above a Chinese restaurant in Leeds when she became involved in a criminal racket converting the cryptocurrency into assets, including multi-million-dollar townhouse and thousands of pounds worth of jewelry. I'm like, that doesn't really look like Jian Wen. Anyway, the Bitcoin seizure is thought to be the biggest ever of its kind. She was sentenced to 6 years and 8 months imprisonment at Southwark Crown Court on Wednesday for entering into or becoming concerned in a money laundering arrangement. Last points here. For autumn 2017, she tried to buy a string of expensive houses in London but struggled to pass money laundering checks, and her claims that she earned millions mining Bitcoin were not believed. She also travelled abroad buying jewellery worth tens of thousands of pounds in Zurich and buying properties in Dubai. At the moment, the law is the law. Their guns, well, we don't have any here in Australia. So if you sell your Bitcoin, do the right thing. It is tax time. Or better idea is just don't sell your Bitcoin. Don't give it to them. Spend that dirty, odd fiat. Bitcoin Power Law, we're going to dive in. Hit subscribe for that. Giovanni. I'm really looking forward to that. It should be super high level. We'll see what we can get through. Now, coming back to Australia, proof of work, shout out ASX 200 and Australian M1 money supply. Unless you're picking individual stock outperformers, ETFs are tracking the money inflationary rate. For 16 years, Australia has increased the money supply by 11.8% every single year. I have a feeling with what's going on, and this is all speculation, that they are getting ready to fire up the money printer in Australia, especially if everything gets shut down and the everything's closed. If we go through all the idiocracy that we went through back in 2020, maybe it's a good reason. Lock everyone in their house and get everyone fearful, print all the money, and as it rolls out around the world, everyone else starts printing money. So I think they're 11.8%. It's potentially going to be a lot higher than this year and in the next coming years. But they're debasing the currency by 11.8% year in, year out. Now, the Swiss university, they understand that Bitcoin is something people should study, so they launched a course about Bitcoin, but they're saying the price of the Bitcoin course may be a little bit too high even for Switzerland. It was pretty ludicrous, actually. The course is specifically aimed at those who want to integrate Bitcoin into a new business model. It's a training course which offers 15 credits, will cost a whopping 9,950 francs, $10,794 for just 16 days. The course offers a structured modular curriculum that takes into consideration various aspects of the Bitcoin ecosystem. Looking Glass Education by Dasby, Seb Bunny, Greg Foss. It's a free platform to be able to learn about Bitcoin. That's Looking Glass Education, or reach out to Dasby. He's the author of Beers for Bitcoin on X, and they'll have a link there. If you need to learn about it, do it the free way, and you're better off investing in Bitcoin, taking the time. It's probably a better return, unless you're already a business at scale and you're ready just to dive straight into it. Then it's a very small price to pay. It includes basic economic principles behind the flagship crypto. It's not crypto anyway, as well as an analyst, at Word. Anyway, Bitcoin's impacts on the broader economy. The second part dissects the technological aspects of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. It's people are paying over 10 grand for blockchain and cryptocurrency, with a bit of Bitcoin sprinkled in there by the looks of it. Sounds like a psyop, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, it's your money, it's your choice. Do as you will. But the next part focuses on the current state of Bitcoin regulation as well as compliance issues. That, for a business person, is pretty important. Now, the fourth part takes an in-depth look at various wealth management strategies that are specifically tailored for Bitcoin. Swan has, is it the Nakamoto portfolio, maybe? Like Corey Clipston, Stephen Lubka, anyone from Swan. You should be able to find that link, and through that you can adjust everything, and that can show you wealth management strategies as well. And again, it's free, so I don't know. $10,700 something, probably, in my opinion, at least, is just like smash that button, enjoy it while Bitcoin's doing its thing. Then study it. There's heaps of free resources, and there's probably paid resources out there. I don't know, but they're going to be cheaper than that $10,794. Wisconsin, we brought these up last week. It was pretty cool. Whitewater Professor, Wisconsin has put less than 1% of the fund in there. This into Bitcoin. I think 1 to 3% allocation is probably where a lot of these boards are headed. I realize the Wisconsin Investment Board wants to dip its toe in, but Bitcoin is a long duration asset. So in my opinion, it's the last thing you sell. State is underinvested in Bitcoin ETFs despite recent purchases. A UW Whitewater Professor. The Wisconsin Investment Board purchased more than $160 million in shares of 2 Bitcoin exchange funds this year. Absolutely winning. They're coming. Shout out always, Samson Mal. We need to start touching base again, and I'll get them on the show. Whether politicians follow through on their promise or not is one thing. A seismic shift in the discord around Bitcoin and freedom is another. Now, Trump, he's only committed to commute Ross's sentence, where RFK has done the right thing. He's committed to pardon Assange, Snowden, and Ross. RFK definitely understands Bitcoin a whole lot more, probably a whole lot more based. What was that video? Was it a rattlesnake or something? Guy just comes up, just grabs it, throws it, just chill. Absolutely chill. RFK is a pretty cool dude. I think Trump's got a better chance. Either way, Bitcoin is now a talking point, and from a major party to be accepting Bitcoin with Trump, absolutely huge news. Either way, the government's not coming to save anyone, so maybe just buy, stack, and chill regardless. Hold it in self-custody, be your own bank, run your own node, put your seed on still, and then kick back and relax and watch Clown World 2.0 as we get that coming in the near future. Obviously, we put out a video, just really quickly, PSA, we put out a video yesterday from Sky about the avian cough nonsense, and they're sacrificing chickens to the weather gods. Whatever they were doing, they did that, great. And a lady came out, it cannot be transferred from them to us. Relax, it's all good. A day later, one case confirmed, human infected. I was like, okay, and they're already reporting it, big billboards and stuff. They're gamifying it. That's what I find the most interesting. The first case and the way that they frame it like it's a scoreboard. It's interesting. The book, The Great Reset by Alex Jones, whatever you think of Alex Jones, is probably a must read at a time like now to see what's coming. He's already called it. Absolutely already called it. Anyway, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Bram, I put on this shirt specifically and read this morning, and feeling really grateful, really, really humble. Did an epic podcast with Bram last week. Was going to edit that this week, but things have gone way out of control, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, but you'll get that this week or next week. Humbleness comes from gratefulness. Appreciate the life you've been given. You don't need a lot. Remember your finite time. Nobody knows what they are doing. Everyone is winging it. It's all random. Free your mind. Enjoy life. Bitcoin's going to do what it does. Like these $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days where it just absolutely pumps, it dumps, it goes sideways like it has for the last 3 months. If you just simply enjoy the ride in whatever way that is, if you're saving in Bitcoin, you're investing in Bitcoin, you're lump summing, you're DCAing, whatever it is, we're all just swinging it. We can see, history, the future is not indicative of the past, but often it does rhyme. Maybe we just want it to be true. But all the data points they've lined up for Bitcoin to keep doing what it's done in the past. And, when I talk to people like Peter Dunworth, it's a really good podcast. If you haven't seen it already, it's in podcast. There's more upside in front of us than behind us. He thinks Bitcoin's going to 7 billion. Giovanni, I think, in the next 10 years, 10 years, reckons Bitcoin will be at $1 million. Jack Mallers reckons it'll potentially be at $1 million this cycle. Nobody's saying in time it's going to be lower. It's just going to do what it does. Like Bitcoin, it's just math. As long as what Jeff Booth says stays decentralized and secure. And I guess there's one more point that Michael Saylor and Peter McCormack brought up on that recent pod they did, which is absolutely brilliant. That's a must watch as well. What Bitcoin did, Michael Saylor with Peter Dunworth, incredible sit down chat. It was well worth your time. But as long as they don't change the total supply as well. I guess that comes under Jeff Booth's security. That is the news with the fast facts. Hit subscribe if we vibe. We're going to dive into a quick banter this morning. Giovanni is coming in on Friday to talk about the power law. I will be recording a podcast tomorrow afternoon with Tony from the Bitcoin Way. I said yesterday I'll catch up on all the comments. Hopefully I get to them today, but leave one and I will get back to you. Anyway, jumping into the legends that are hanging around, that are watching live. Shout out to you on this beautiful, glorious day. You are all winners. You're here at like one of the most important times in human history. Winning, absolutely grateful, very humble, very blessed to be there, and feeling it, repping it today. Sending the Bitcoin humble symbol, the Bitcoin Lab.io. But Mike, good morning, Shawnee. when I was younger, I got called Shawnee a little bit, and I really didn't like it. And people call it to me now. I'm like, cool, that's cute. So feel free to call me Shawnee Mike. Jake Thomas, g'day from Flyover USA. G'day everyone. Andy Surfer. Funny has done this after spending time with the Clintons after he won, but I do concede he did slam dunk at the WF conference, so I'm still undecided on Malay. Yeah, that was real interesting as well. You wonder if it's all a psyop. Like, I wonder if all of it, everything's a psyop. It's just all a distraction. Like, really, it is all a distraction. I think the closest thing that we have to truth and reality that everyone shares is Bitcoin. I think that's why Bitcoins get better and they ask these questions. But yeah, Malay, it's interesting one. Time will tell. So far, so good. I think. I guess like with everyone's got good points and bad points, and they're on the world stage, and everything's gonna shine a light on them. So we'll see. It's a leopard can't change its spots. Yeah, I don't think so, unless it's like a weird chameleon leopard. Now I'm just being silly, but we'll see what happens with Malay. So far, so good, I reckon. Time Chain Man, Savages, excited to see you again. Bitcoin Imaginer. Your own Bitcoin is fundamentally superior to any ETF. 100% agree. Orange Man is orange pilled. Jake Thomas, he's just using it for votes. Of course, I don't think he cares. I think what he's saying about the US dollar, definitely think that's his focus. Unfortunately, I don't believe he cares about Ross Ulbricht. If he did, maybe last time he would have released him. He's after votes, and he's not. How can I say that? Because sometimes he is crazy, but overall he's less crazy and fairly rational, business wise. I think maybe not emotionally. Anyway, we'll see what happens with the Orange Man. Maybe just by using it as a vote thing, maybe he may get it more and more. It sort of happens with Bitcoin. The Time Chain Man is back from gone. Hope you're all stacking and chilling. Bitcoin Imagine, I pity the fool who tries to ignore Bitcoin, according to Mr. T. Sean, hope you're feeling great again, brother. Love that you let your body do what Mother Nature built it to do. So for everyone out there with these chickens and stuff and what's going to happen there, I didn't get the chicken sickness, but I got incredibly sick. I was in crazy amount of pain. Lasted for a week. I've still got a bit of a cough. It's painful. I didn't get anything. I didn't need to do any of that. Didn't need to do any of this. I didn't need to take anything. It was just sun, steak, that fun thing that starts with S, and walking. That was easy. And I slept a lot and just rode it out. The body's pretty incredible. It will heal. I see a massive part 2 coming this year. So it's your body, it's your choice. Just make your own decisions. Please be 100% responsible, but appreciate that. Looking at the sun for the last few weeks, brain sharper, sleeping better, T on point. 100%. I enjoy the sun as well, while it's low in the sky. Anyway, look into it. I watched Da Vinci Jerome the day he switched from Silverbug to Bitcoin Pioneer. If I had listened, Ron Walker. Was that the video where he's like, please just buy $1 of Bitcoin, or even back before that? Started seeing those videos as well. And you're like, look back and you're like, damn, it's only 200 times more cheaper. Oh, well, I'll start buying at these prices because it's only going to get 200 times more expensive over time. So I don't know. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. Same with Bitcoin, 15 years. If you could have managed to mine it, would have been good time to stack. Second best time is now, ladies and gentlemen. Please make the most of the opportunity. 69,569. Seems expensive, cheap. I don't know. Like, it's only at a $1.31 trillion market cap. Bitcoins are going to continually be lost. I think we're gonna, go up, down, and sideways, maybe all three in one day. But long term, it's I don't know. I'm irresponsibly long. I understand it, or I think I do. At least I understand that I don't understand it. Is probably the biggest thing. But I don't know. It's either back in freedom or back in the fiat slave coins, and it's scarce at the same time. I don't know. That's where my hat's at. Sailor didn't get it first either. No, that's by OPD. Well, I don't think really anyone did, apart from maybe Giovanni reckons he got it straight away. Be careful of all the banksters, politicians, and fraud street embracing crypto. They may sneak up on a mother, our BTC baby in its crib. Okay. They may sneak up and smother our Bitcoin baby in its crib. Good luck. I think Bitcoin's a little bit more robust, but I'm sure they are going to try. Tony, love. Eat steak, stack sats, and love your woman. 100%. Is there anything more important? Water? Breathing? Where else? Dog's waking up this morning. I don't know if you heard him. Maybe we may get a little visit from Luna. Taxation is theft 100%, so better not sell your Bitcoin and then you don't need to pay tax. Tony, stack, sats, and sun. Triple S. If you take a risk with investing or gambling, lose your loss. But if you win, tax time, baby, we need a cut. 100%. Gargoyle, good to see you. Rory, good to see you, brother. I don't know if I'll give you a holler today. It's still really hectic, but maybe tomorrow might touch base. Hopefully you're enjoying the sand, the sun, and maybe the fun pleasures of life that start with S. Finally caught alive. Hello, Bitcoiners. Dre, shout out to you. Shout out to Average Geo. Mate, thanks for hitting me up with everything on X. I'm sure I've linked the two with your profile picture, and I've got the same person. Truly appreciate. Really interesting type of articles there, to say the least. I may do an episode and go into some of them. I'm not so sure they're all so factual, though. All pension funds should hold a small amount of Bitcoin, even if it's in an ETC, ETF. I 100% agree. Starting a second node, checking in StartOS, I'd highly recommend at this moment. Super easy. Absolutely super easy. Really easy to set up one. If you need any help, you can reach out to the Bitcoin Way. Luna has come in. Hey, sweetie. Want to say hello? Come on. She just gets so excited. Come on. She is a crazy little dog. Hey, sweetie. Good morning. Okay. Wild little creature. Tiny little bear. Watch the show regularly after the live. Great show and love the maxi attitude, but got to admit I have a portfolio spread, so I'm maxing in spirit, but non-reality, using shitcoins to grow my Bitcoin. It's your money. It's your choice. You do what you want. I went through that. Financially good, mentally is the worst thing that I ever did. It's a mind virus, but if you pull it off, good luck. Most people won't, 95%, maybe higher, won't pull it off. Better just to buy a stack and chill. Bitcoin's freedom technology going forth into the world to give private property rights to everyone and have money that cannot be debased. The altcoins will be nice. They're a technology play. 99.999% of them are garbage. They change the rules all the time. They're all narrative driven. If you can find the narrative and you win, good luck. But I don't know. Meditate a lot. Get out there and just clear your mind of the poison that they spread. That's my opinion. But yeah, your money, your choice. And that's pretty brave in a Bitcoin chat on a Bitcoin live stream to say that. I respect that. Well done to you. Don't stumble, be humble. Without Bitcoin, life's a jungle. Wow. I see the water you drink in the cask, pure water. I have a reverse osmosis filter under my sink that creates pure water, but it caused me problems for years. I realized when I went carnivore, 100%. So spring water only. It's, It's not complicated. We shouldn't have stuff in our water. I did look at getting a reverse osmosis, and we may probably still get one for the shower and the bath water. Obviously, our skin soaks up a lot, but I still wouldn't drink the tap water with that because of the pipes that it goes through. Even just after the reverse osmosis, maybe if it's right up at the sink. I don't know. 30-year-old pipes, and they're full of some sludge. You know, they need to flush them out every 30 days or something, like in an urban area. Yeah, nah, not for me. It costs a little bit more, but whatever. Like, water is the foundation of life. But I'm going to get onto that. I need to get this reverse osmosis for the shower and for the bath. Tell Luna to get Jake Thomas. You're not teaching her any words to be able to. Jake wants to teach Luna how to spell the word beach, or understand when the word beach is spelt out. You must add electrolytes to the pure water or your nervous system plays up. Yeah, or Himalayan pink sea salt. It contains sort of like everything that we need. If you're using that white table iodinized salt, I think that stuff's poison. But if you can get real salt, that Himalayan pink sea salt, it's good stuff. Crush it up, put it in your water a little bit, once, twice a day. You're good. But yeah, definitely add something, and like I drink a lot of water as well. So if you drink too much, you end up flushing all that stuff out. Yeah, that's me on X. I thought it was Celtic salt too, 100%. I wonder if Celtic is any different to Himalayan pink sea salt. We'll look into it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the news with the fast facts. If you haven't already subscribed, podcast with Tony, the one with Bram. Well, like, we went into these little rabbit holes and stuff. Absolutely epic. That was insane. That was one of the funnest conversations I've ever participated in, I think. So I really look forward to sharing that. It won't resonate with everyone, but it was pretty high level, high signal conversation. We obviously dove into the ship coins a little bit as well. So it was fun. It was funny. That one's coming. The Tony from the Bitcoin Way is coming, and then we've got Giovanni coming on Friday. Tomorrow, I believe, I'll double check, but we may have the author Scott, is it Dale or Scott, of The Tao of Bitcoin. That's another fascinating book as well. My book recommendations, if you're really after them, Beers for Bitcoin is the first Bitcoin book anyone ever reads, then Parallel Economy, and then The Tao of Bitcoin for sort of the spiritual, metaphysical side of Bitcoin. I think those three give people a pretty foundational understanding if they're only going to read 3 books. If they're going to go into a 4th, it would be the Bitcoin Standard. That would be the order of, out of all the books that I've read, that I would read. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully with Scott. It should be really, really incredible. Next week, we've got Aladdin from Bitcoin Trading Cards as well. That should be a fun little banter. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sun. That's what I'll be doing for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and then back into the computer, the Matrix, and we'll get this done. So, mate, who I talked to last night, I won't dox you, but look forward to receiving a call from me today. I need help. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Go out, be you, change the world. You're all beautiful. You're all legends. You're all winning. Smash the buy button, whatever it is, and just enjoy life. Do something nice for yourself, for somebody else. Be blessed. Peace.